This video is telling you guys how I told my kids that I have cancer. I have a 5-year-old boy named Ellis and a 1-year-old girl named Winnie. Winnie, I don't think she really understands. Ellis does understand as best as he can. I've had rib pain for the past year and a half. That's what led me to go to the doctors. So my son knew I was going to the doctors to try to figure out what my rib pain was. And then I told him when they did a CT scan of my chest and they found a mass in my lung, I told him that they found a boo-boo in mommy's lung. I debated not telling him, but I thought if it is cancer, then my son is the type to need preparation leading up to something. So I let him know there was a boo-boo and it could be nothing, like they just needed to check what it was, but there was definitely a boo-boo on my lung. And then I told him, you know, we did the biopsy to test the boo-boo to see what it is. And then the day that I got the cancer diagnosis was over the phone, and the pulmonologist called me and said, "I'm so sorry, it is cancer." And my son was right there with me. I didn't realize that I was getting a call that was telling me I had cancer, and I started bawling. I said, okay, I was like, okay, thank you. And then I just was crying. And then my husband instantly grabbed the phone like an angel and asked all the logical questions that should be asked when you get a diagnosis that I was too broken to think of. And my son looked at me because I was crying and he said, "What is it, mommy? What is it?" And so I took him aside. I instantly stopped crying, calmed down as soon as I saw him. And I realized he was there. And I told him they found out what the boo-boo is on mommy's lung. The name of the boo-boo is cancer, and that means that I'm sick. And that means I'm gonna have to go to the doctors a lot, and that's why I'm crying, because I'm gonna miss you guys. I don't want to go to the doctors a lot, and I don't want to be sick. And he was like, "It's okay, mommy." And he could understand like that I was sick and that I'll have to go to the doctors a lot, but like I think that's as far as he understands. And later that day, we were playing, and we were gonna play a board game, and he said, "You can pick which game you want to play because your lung is sick." And I thought that was sweet. He's been so compassionate and caring, and he's such an angel. He's been so helpful. Anything I need, he's been doing great with it. And then my 1-year-old, she actually had to wean from breastfeeding earlier than planned. I breastfed my son for 2 years and 3 months, so my goal with my daughter was 2 years, but because of all the stuff coming in me for the tests and the medications, I had to wean. Luckily, I was able to do it for a few more days before having to stop, so I told her, "Mommy's lung is sick, so we can't keep breastfeeding." And she was only breastfeeding 3 times a day at that point, so it wasn't like, and she wasn't that obsessed with it like my son was. My son was addicted to breastfeeding, but she was just like, "Yeah, it's fine." So I told her that we had to stop because mommy's lung was sick, and she was so nice, seemed to understand, and never asked for it. I can tell she misses it sometimes, which makes me sad. It's sad to end such a beautiful journey in such a sad way with cancer. But I'm so grateful for the time that I was able to breastfeed her. And it's been a month now that I've had cancer. I haven't started any treatment, but my kids are doing well with the diagnosis. I've been having to go to a lot of appointments, so they've been babysat by my sister and my mom, who are both vaccinated from COVID, or have the COVID vaccine, which is nice because we've been very socially distant through the COVID pandemic. So my kids are like extra excited to be having time with them, playtime, and so they've actually been enjoying this process. I've told them that I might lose my hair. I'm very likely to lose my hair. And my son said he didn't want me to, but I explained to him that it means that the medicine is working and that it's killing the cancer, so it's good if I lose my hair. So he said it's okay if I lose my hair now. My sister actually got me 3 books for the kids to read to the kids, to help them understand cancer and this whole journey. There is this book, Cancer Hates Kisses, and it is super cute. We've read this one to the kids, and my son got a little sad from it, my 5-year-old, and my 1-year-old didn't really care. But it's a really cute book that explains the process and how mommy's a superhero. It's just a really good book. And then there's this one, Someone I Love Has Cancer. We haven't read this one to him yet. We're trying to go slow with reading them to him because we don't want to overwhelm him. But it's really informative even for me. It talks about how it all works, the cells. And this picture actually hits home for me because I have lung cancer in my left lung. Mine though is up here and smaller, luckily, but it shows like the bad cells and the good cells. And so it explains like what happens, how cancer works, how they have to go to chemo, and how they get better. So that one's good. And then this one is Mommy Has a Boo Boo. It's actually for breast cancer, but I just am planning to read it with, instead of saying breast cancer, lung cancer. And it's really sweet as well, showing the process of chemo, how mommy is going to be sick. The kids need to play and help her and give her cuddles. It's sweet. So these books could be helpful in telling your children how it works or explaining it to them after they already know. This middle one, this one is the most like science-based, and then I think this one is just the cutest. So good luck if you have to tell your children that you have cancer. I'm so sorry if you have been diagnosed with cancer and you have children. I'm so sorry if you have to tell them. I'm so sorry for anyone who has cancer. I know how painful this is. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Thank you.